Good evening and welcome. Welcome to this special edition of the program, Liberia First on GHT Talk. Today is Sunday, August the 4th, 2024. Stories we are running for you tonight on this special edition. RB Bank for sale. The International Bank Liberia Limited is up for sale. Why? An Equatorial Guinea Entity refused to purchase the bank on grounds the bank is underwater. RB issued an acquisition brief in which our total liabilities are more than total assets or equities. Why is the bank's owner in Liberia? Depositors pleaded with not to take all their monies. Bank issued memo to allay fears of depositors or customers. Let's dig deeper. Also, coming up, Jose Weah confirmed GHT Talk story. Jose Weah has suspended with immediate effect Central Bank of Liberia Governor J. Aloysius Tarlue Jr. and also his biological nephew Henry M. Saamoi as acting governor of the Central Bank of Liberia. Meanwhile, the actions were taken as a result of IMF and World Bank discovery that Jose Weah used the Central Bank of Liberia to pay off a U.S. $8 million loan taken from SRB, which he claimed the information was given to the IMF and World Bank by Governor Tarlue. What does the act creating the Central Bank of Liberia say about the removal of a governor? Meanwhile, Governor Tarlue has filed claims with the Liberia Supreme Court. Does he have a case? Does Jose Weah have rights to suspend, dismiss a governor of the central bank? How many audits were conducted at the bank? And during who tenure? Who are the Central Bank of Liberia? How are the Central Bank of Liberia audits handled? Let's dig deeper. And if you join us here for the very first time, we welcome you on this podcast. We insist to be civil with one another. There must be no curse words, no insults of any kind. All right. Also, coming up, former President George Manuel Weah address. His Excellency President George M. Weah has addressed the nation amidst unity party government witch hunt. Hold the line. Witch hunt in the former CDC of officials of the former CDC government. He called on the international partners to caution the Jose Weah administration against weaponizing and politicizing the justice system. Let's dig deeper. We've got a great show coming up for all of us here. Don't go nowhere. Invite someone, like the page, follow the page, and be my guest, okay? And if you are celebrating your birthdays, anniversaries, and special milestones tonight, we say welcome to you. This broadcast is dedicated to you, okay? Invite someone, like the page, follow the page, and be my guest.
You're so good, good to me. For all you have done, Lord, I give you praise. You're so good to me. For all you have done, I want to give you praise. Say, Lord, you've been good to me. For all you have done, Lord, I give you praise. You've been, Lord, you've been good to me. For all you have done, I want to give you praise. Look at me, how you bless my life. For all you have done, I give you praise. I can testify of your goodness, for all you have done. I want to give you praise. You've been good, yeah. You've been good to me. Yeah. For all you have done. Oh, Lord, I give you praise. Yeah, Lord, you've been good to me. For all you have done. God, I want to give you praise. Looking back at my life, I can't imagine where will I be without you. It's only by your grace, by your grace, I can make it out. Where will I be? Oh, without you. Oh, you've been good to me. To me. All you have done. Lord, I give you. Lord, you've been good. Lord, you've been good to me. You really been good to me. All you have done. I give you praise. I got to praise. I got to praise. Hallelujah. This is someone's testimony. Praise it. Praise. You ready be good to me, oh God. Lord, I give you. You've been good to me. All the time. I wanna give you praise. Oh my God. You've been good to me. So many reasons to praise you, God. Lord, I give you praise. There is a reason to praise the Lord. There is a reason to praise the Lord. Oh, cause you're ready to be good to me. I wanna give you praise. You ready to be good, you ready to be good, you ready to be good to me. You ready to be good to me. There is a reason to praise you, God. There is a reason to praise you, Lord. A reason to praise you, yay. Yay, praise him. Praise him. Praise him. Yay, praise him. Minister Prince Shimmer. Rodney P. We give it a praise. I got to praise him. Hallelujah. This is someone's testimony. Praise it.
You've been good
You really
to
been
me.
good to me, oh God.
If you just join us here, we say welcome to you. All of you following from the nation's capital, welcome. Asata Miller from Soul Clinic, welcome to you there. And a happy first Sunday to all of you. Michael Yaya from Bergamo, Lombardia, Italy, welcome to you. Joe Neil Singber from Detroit, Michigan, welcome to you. Jesus is coming soon, beware friends, welcome. And the Musu Wabi Coco from Australia, welcome to you as well. It's good to see all of you here. Yes, I. Welcome. Yes, I. Hey. Ali Bagayogo. Dickie Divo. Welcome. We give it up for you, Lord. Hallelujah. What a song there by Rodney P. Body. Rodney P, aka Rodney Ja. Folks, good evening to you and welcome. Welcome. We got a great show for all of us here tonight. Arthur Solo Senior, welcome to you there, sir. Good to see you. Royal Rock, Gertrude Wilson, and everybody else joining us here. This is a special edition, folks. So welcome to you all. It's great to have you. Today is Sunday, first Sunday of August 2024. And we are elated. We are happy to be with you, to share this platform with you and share some great information with you about our country, people, government, what have you. Okay? So tonight's conversation centers around especially the banking industry in Liberia, whether it is the Central Bank of Liberia or any other commercial bank for that matter. But for tonight, we're going to focus our lenses from the Digging Deeper Department. We're going to focus our lenses on the International Liberia Bank Limited. The International Bank Liberia Limited, aka IB Bank, as per Joseph Boyka. Go to IB Bank. I live on loan. So for all of you who are talking about why are we saying IB Bank or why are we writing IB Bank, please. Some people don't understand, may not understand just I Bank. All right. Nobody, a lot of people will not understand if we just say I Bank. But if you say IB Bank, people will grasp the information readily and very fast. So we are intentional about that. Say IB Bank. Okay. It's not that we don't know it is the International Bank Liberia Limited. We do know, but we want people to grasp the information. IB Bank. All right. We are discussing IB Bank tonight. The position of the bank. All right. Under the leadership of the former president, Henry Saamoi, what the bank has gone through, the position of the bank today. All right. We've been bringing you information concerning the bank for some time now, and we are not going to let go. All right. We are not going to let go. We're not going to say it's a one-day story and we forget about it. No, we are not going to let go on this IB Bank story because it has to do with the bread and butter of our people, the economy of the country. All right. And the kind of leadership or governance that Joseph Yuma Boyka is exerting in our country, in Liberia, wherein his nephew got to fill the position. He got to remove somebody on tenured position that he has no authority over to remove to give his nephew job. All right. He has to. So our conversation going to center around there tonight. The Central Bank of Liberia, the illegal, hear me well, the illegal and witch hunt removal of the bank governor, J. Aloysius Tarlue Jr. And the subsequent appointment of his nephew, biological nephew, Henry Saamoi, Henry M. Saamoi, to the central bank as acting governor. And because Weah does not have the authority to do that, so that Saamoi goes in quickly and execute whatever mandate he has or whatever plans that Weah, his nephew, have concocted to save IB Bank. All of those things are coming forth to you tonight, okay? Right here. We are going to discuss that. We will take your calls and we will send out the clear-cut warning. Information we've gathered from inside the bank also, whether it's depositors or bank employees, what have you. We got some information to share with you here tonight. So don't go nowhere. Grab your choice of drink and popcorn. This is good TV tonight in Liberia, across the globe. Okay, you see here? You see this mark? It's called Digging Deeper, right? You see the Digging Deeper on it? Digging Deeper GHT FM 107 and TV. Yeah. Okay. So we got a great show for all of us here tonight. All right. So I just want you to sit back, relax. We're going to open up the lines for you in time enough. And when we do open up the lines, we don't want a whole lot of long talking. We don't want a whole lot of long talking. Just go to the point. You want to ask a question, you want to make a statement, you make the statement, you ask your question. At least 1 minute or 45 seconds so that we have enough participants on the show here tonight. My team of panelists and analysts are not coming on right now. They will come on towards the end of the show when we have deliberated the information, pass out the information to you. Then they will come in. All right. It's a special edition, and so it's 75% solo. All right. It's 75% solo tonight, coming from our Digging Deeper department, and of course, led by your humble servant, Michael Gilmer, and a host of a lot of you in that department. All right. You just don't know who you are. Yeah. My dear friend and brother Charles Robson Baggery, welcome to you there. He said he's watching from Liberia tonight. Welcome, Charles Baggery, a great son of the soil there. And Sam Ricks, good to see you here as well. Mark Richard Blair, welcome to you. Favor Morris, welcome there from the Netherlands. Good to see you here. Emmanuel Tier, welcome to you as well. Okay, we are getting there. The numbers are rising. At least we're in 100, 104. We're going to be starting momentarily. Regina Dunn, welcome to you. And Kuda Williams, I'm sitting with all ears open, no doubt. And Comfort Mami Tay, welcome to you there. She says, good evening, family. Welcome to you. Ishmael Habib Rahim, all the way from Germany. Welcome there. So, Mr. Gamer, my team today is Church Was the Evidence. Church Was the Evidence is real, but the story is fake. Right. No doubt. Edith and Joe Wally Kenner, welcome there from Philadelphia, my great couple. Welcome to you. And Abraham Kamara, welcome there. Says Makula Musu Dennis. We got a great show for all of us here, okay? Monique Walker, my MEM, welcome to you. Great to see you. And of course, say hi to the old mom there. Oh, mom, welcome. I saw your pictures from church. Great photos. All right. Welcome. Cecilia Queer, B says, welcome to you there. How you doing tonight? Welcome. We got a great show for all of us. Paul Higbert Stem, all the way from Australia. Welcome to you. And of course, Thomas Sorge, welcome. All right. So let's go to our conversation here. Ambassador Cyrus Mumbo, welcome to you. It's never a show without Farafin. Sumuworo, welcome, Farafin. Saros Momo, welcome to you there. And of course, Mars SP Pelu, the general from Australia, welcome, all right? We got a great show. For all of you watching on YouTube, and those of you following here on Meta, Facebook, and those of you following on the radio, we say welcome to you. This is your platform. All right. We insist that everybody will be civil. We're not going to entertain any insults of any kind from anybody here tonight. Okay. Please don't do that. Yeah. Don't insult anybody here tonight. And just be civil with one another. That's all we ask for. Okay? Yeah. That's all we ask for. Be civil with one another, and we're going to have a great show. Okay? So, we've been publishing stories on the International Bank Liberia Limited, aka IB Bank. All right? Almost 2 weeks now, we've brought you stories about IB Bank. But there are things that are just stubborn, that just can't go away. And those stubborn things are the facts. Gwendolyn Flowers, all the way from Monrovia, Liberia. Welcome there, Gwen. How you doing? Good to see you from LRB. Welcome. I think we'll try to make sure this show starts early so that we can allow our Liberian people to watch. Yeah. Gwen, good to see you. Welcome. All right. Those things are very stubborn. The facts, they can never go away. All right. I like what Ishmael Rahim said in his comments. He said something about church today. Let me go back to that. He said, Mr. Gamer, my team today in church was the evidence is real, but the story is fake. All right. That evidence is the fact. The facts are stubborn. They can't just go away. All right. Yeah. The facts are stubborn. They just can't go away. And Weah said he lived on loan. What did he do with the loan, with the bank? The money is from the bank. Did he bankrupt the bank or what? So we brought you many stories about IB Bank. All right. We told you that the bank position was horrible, that the bank was in decline, that the bank was up for sale. All right. First thing, let's go back to history. When Joseph Weah informed the world that he lives on loan, you heard that video, you saw Weah talk about it. I live on loan. Go to IB Bank. I've taken loan 5 times. I got to leave something for when I'm dead and gone. I got to leave something behind. I live on loan. Go to IB Bank. When we went to Liberia September last year through January this year, we paid a visit to IB Bank to ascertain the validity of Joseph Weah's claim that he had borrowed from IB Bank 5 times. And if he was able to pay back that money. Okay? So when we went to the bank, it was a sad day for the bank. I must admit, it was a sad day for the bank. When I indicated that, some people didn't understand what I meant. One of the senior staffers at IB family was involved in a tragic fire incident in Cornwall, and five persons died from that fire incident in a home in Cornwall. 5 persons died from the fire. It was the same day we visited the bank, and we went upstairs to Henry M. Samoi's office. We met with his executive secretary, and she talked to us and said, "Today is not a good day." I said, "What happened?" And she explained about the fire incident that took 5 lives of one of their colleagues. So she said, "But you can come back another time, and we will direct you to the loan officer to speak with the loan officer." And I said, "Okay." We left. My camera crew were also broadcasting while we were in the bank, so that because we wanted to draw attention to our works, what we were doing, our fact-finding mission. So we left IB Bank and never went back. But we reported to you, go back on our stories. We reported to you that Joseph Boyka had earmarked his nephew, Henry Saamoi, to be finance minister. We reported that to you. But he did not make it to be finance minister. Why? Is some of the reasons today why he did not send his nephew to be finance minister. Apparently, he could not get confirmation. He could not get confirmed. Number one, that's his blood nephew. So he tabled that. Today, he appointed his nephew as acting executive governor for the Central Bank of Liberia. Acting. All right. But does he have the powers to do that? Does he have the powers to appoint acting executive governor, or to even remove the governor? What did the governor do? But let's go into IB Bank first. The position of the bank. All right. We said the International Bank Liberia Limited is up for sale. Why? An Equatorial Guinea entity refused to purchase the bank on grounds the bank is underwater. IB issued an acquisition brief in which her total liabilities are more than total assets or equities. Why is the bank's owner in Liberia? Depositors pleaded with not to take all their monies. Bank issued memo to allay fears of depositors or customers. Let's dig deeper. All of these things. All right. Before you come to challenge the information to say that this is fake, you must first verify whether the papers that we produce, that we publish, like the acquisition brief by the bank, whether it's true. The one that says, that spells out the position of the bank: assets, liabilities, total assets, total liabilities, or total equities. Understand that. All right. Before you question or say this is fake, ask yourself, is this the position of the bank? Did the bank actually issue this acquisition brief to sell? Because what we have here is that the bank, there is something called cash and cash equivalents. as stated on the bank statement. They call it financial snapshots. That is everything, they work on everything, and it just gave you a snapshot, the position of the bank, that you can just see it readily and make a decision. Snapshot. All right. So the bank issue a snapshot acquisition brief to sell. In the snapshot or assets, you have cash and cash equivalents. What are cash equivalents? Cash equivalents could be things that people either owe the bank or the bank assets that can be turned into cash, whether it's accounts receivable or stuff like that. Those are cash equivalents. All right. So cash equivalents and cash combined, cash and cash equivalents, 46,746,242. Maybe I should share it on the screen so that you see what I'm talking about. I wanted to wear red necktie today, but I think I will wear that tomorrow. All right. Mask. I'll wear that tomorrow. Let's do the show. Forget about the red necktie. It's the leopard, the lion cannot leave. The lion remains a lion. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So if you're looking at this, you will see the snapshots, financial snapshots, cash and cash equivalents, $46,746,242. Investments, $14,156,386. Loans and advances to customers. This is where Joseph Boyka comes in. Loans and advances to customer. They use depositors' money, and give it out to Joseph Boyka and others. How much is that? $96,810,680. Loans and advances to customers, $96,810,680. I live on loan. Property, plant, and equipment, $4,793,042. Intangible assets, our red marker cover that. Right of use assets, $4,600,000. Other assets, $9 million. Okay, so total assets, so if you look at right of use assets, other assets, everything, all of the numbers up there added to total assets, that is liabilities, cash on hand, everything, $177,770,024. So out of this $177,770,024, let's look at the real liabilities. The real liabilities that the bank owe. The real liabilities, deposits from customers. Deposits from customers, $121,940,656. Account payables, that is the debt that the bank owe. Accounts payable, $8,184,996. Deferred tax liabilities, taxes that the bank owe to the Liberian government, $357,894. Lease liabilities, operating lease, that is the buildings or stuff that they are leasing from people, $936,934. current income tax liabilities. What the bank owe currently, $156,644. Borrowings, 23,680,206. And then you have other liabilities. I will read and cover that, but on the other paper will show it to you momentarily. Okay, so we go to bring you the position of the bank, the one that supposed to put fear in you. The one that's supposed to put fear in you will bring you the position of the bank. All right? Equity, that is what's in your hand. Equity, stated capital, $4,566,548. Shared premium, $373,571. Statutory reserve, $3,206,395. Income surplus, $4,858,819. Foreign currency translation reserve, $7,023,730. Total equities. Okay, when you take the potato grain money, you take cattle grain money, you take chicken soup money, you take tomato money, you take the dry feed money, you take the baple money, and you add everything together. All right, you're the market old man there. Let's explain it to you. All the small things you're selling on the table. I'm selling chicken soup, I'm selling soap, I'm selling this, I'm selling that. When people buy everything, when you put all that thing together, all that money, the small thing that what you sell, the total equity is $20,029,063. $20,029,063. Total equity. So the total liabilities is $157 million. $157 million plus total equities, $20 million gives you $177 million. Liabilities and equities. If you combine the liabilities and equities together, you get $177,770,024. But out of this $177 million, the only money that you can lay hands on is $20 million. Despite the fact, deposits from customers, people who put in their money, they put in $121 million. But the bank only has $20 million on hand. Okay? Depositors put in $121,940,656. And the bank only has $20,029,063. That's the bank position. $20 million. So how is this bank a solid bank? How is it solid? How is it one of the best banks in the country? How is this bank a solid bank? IB Bank. How? With such a position, today, the owner of the bank, an American from Washington, D.C., Stephen Cashen. Stephen Cashen is in Liberia. He's in Liberia to try to sell the bank. He's in Liberia to try to sell the bank. They attempted to sell the bank to an Equatorial Guinea entity or firm. All right. Paul Higgbert stamp said the 63 the $63 belongs to him and he will take it from there soon. You better hurry up. They try to sell the bank. They pitch that while people, business people, economists, and bankers, they say they pitch the idea of selling the bank to an Equatorial Guinea firm entity. The entity from Equatorial Guinea. Equatorial Guinea, the people there look at just that one sheet of paper I just show you because they want to know the position of the bank. If they're going to buy the bank, they want to know the position of the bank. They look at that one sheet, that A11 sheet of paper. They look at it with all the information I just read to you. And they look at it and say, no interest. They said no interest. We can't buy this bank. This bank is done. This bank is done. So what are the options to sell this bank? What are the options to sell this bank? What are the options? Weah, you will recall, Weah compelled the central bank, led by Governor Tarlue, to pay SRB $8 million that it took as loan for politics, for the campaign. Okay? $8 million they took. And yeah, $8 million they took. A.B. Connor, welcome to you. Helena Wilson, welcome. $8 million they took to pay back the loan they took from the bank. And what they don't realize, what Weah don't realize, is that the International Monetary Fund, the IMF, the World Bank, they have offices in the central bank. They have staff that go to the central bank every day, like everybody else that goes to work. The World Bank, the IMF, they have staff at the central bank. They have staff at the Ministry of Finance, Development Planning. They have desks that monitors all of these things. So they saw the $8 million payback to SRB, and they began to quarrel that. And this is where Aloysius Tarlue got his trouble with Joseph Weah. Weah feels that Governor Tarlue is the one who told the World Bank and the IMF that Weah prevailed on him to pay $8 million. You understand? This is the problem that Governor Tarlue, that Weah saw in Tarlue. Look at his suspension letter. It says, for failure to execute your fiduciary responsibility. What is fiduciary responsibility? What is fiduciary responsibility? What is it? Ask yourselves, what is fiduciary responsibility? What is fiduciary responsibility? Is fiduciary responsibility another form of stealing, corruption? Does Tarlue control payments? at the central bank? Does he? Okay. Do you think if Governor Tarlue, Aloysius Tarlue, if the audit did find that Tarlue took XYZ amount of money, that you can trace it to him, don't you think by now they would have handcuffed him? You don't think by now they would have handcuffed Aloysius Tarlue and drag him in the streets of Monrovia as a common criminal, like the way they want to do to Samuel Weah and others? Or like the way they did to the other guys who were just released on bail? You don't think they would have done it? But the motive here is that Joseph Boakai wanted his nephew, Henry Saamoi, at the central bank, since he could not get him to be confirmed as finance minister. So he wanted him at the central bank. Okay, mind you, we are hearing Gafwan going to finance ministry. Gafwan going to finance ministry. Gafwan from Lofa County. Henry Saamoi at central bank from Lofa County. The guy at Aloysius, the director general at Aloysius, or the Gafwan brother from Lofa County. Forget it. You understand? So, Boakai ordered the audit of the Central Bank of Liberia. He ordered the audit of the Central Bank of Liberia. But the Central Bank of Liberia audits are conducted by an external auditing firm. We showed you here the last time the firm that does central bank audits. It's called KPMG. KPMG is a U.S. company, but has a branch in Ghana. So it's the branch that is in Ghana that conducts the central bank audits all of the time. Yeah. KPMG is the firm that conducts the audit of the central bank. This is a KPMG at downtown Detroit. This is KPMG building downtown Detroit. I managed to take this picture from right downtown Detroit, right at it in the heart of the city. They have a building there, a branch. Okay, KPMG does the audits for the central bank from time immemorial. And that's why the central bank audits are so credible. And that's why the central bank is so strengthened by the laws. That the president, you have appointing power to appoint the bank governor, but once that governor is confirmed by the Senate, you have nothing to do with that governor until either his or her tenure expires, or by an impeachment by the Senate. Is somebody hearing me? Victoria Ade, Robert Fleet, Conjan from Camp Johnson Road. How you doing? Douglas Hicks, Tamabondo. Are you listening to me? The president of Liberia, not just Boakai, but any president of Liberia can appoint the central bank governor or the deputy governors and what have you. Once that person or those people are confirmed by the Liberian Senate, the president does not have the right to remove them. Okay? Nobody has the right. You can't suspend them. You can't remove them. Only the Senate have the authority to do so. How is it possible? The Central Bank Act that brought them together, or that created the bank, said an audit may be executed by an external firm. And the results of the audits are submitted to the Senate PAC committee, Public Accounting Committee, at the Liberian Senate to peruse the audit. It didn't say the audit reports are submitted to the president, as in this case. It didn't say so. But Joseph Boakai, knowing fully well that KPMG is the external auditing firm that have always conducted the audits of the central bank, he decided to use the GHT to conduct the audit of the central bank. Granted, they did. But what they did not tell you in the audit report, and what they will not say to you, is that they requested, is that they conducted, let me go back to this, is that they conducted 3 audits. 3 audits. Do son temps and des 3 audits GSC conducted. They conducted the audit during Nat Petre time. Nat Petre, they conducted audit for Milton Weeks. And they conducted the audit for Aloysius Tarlue Jr. All 3 audits. Why didn't the GSC produce the audit for Milton Weeks, for Nat Petre? Yeah, Sam Shaker, thank you. Sam Riggs, you say, wow, Bassa. Hezekiah say you laughing. Eric McGill, welcome. Why didn't they produce for the Liberian people the audits for Nat Petre, for Milton Weeks? Because those were the audits that got problems that they are talking about. And crimes are not transferable. You cannot commit a crime and transfer the crime to me. Crimes are not transferable. That's what the Boakai government have decided to do, to transfer the crimes committed by Nat Petre, by Milton Weeks, to Aloysius Tarlue. So the GSC asks the Tarlue team for information concerning things that they had discrepancies about. The team went to work, produce those information. Produce the information. They said, no, time have elapsed. We can't take it. You can submit it to the PAC at the Senate. Granted, submitted to the PAC. Amara Kone heads that committee. He's a smart man. He understands. All right? That does not say that Tarlue should be suspended. But because Boakai has an ulterior motive. Mind you, he took $8 million from the central bank that nobody knew about, that was made public by the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank, for which those entities, those global entities, IMF and World Bank, are threatening to pull out of Liberia if they are not gone already. They describe the economy as in peril, P-E-R-I-L. That the Liberian economy is on her deathbed, on her dying bed. That's how IMF and World Bank describe the economy under Joseph Boakai. Just 6 months. A man who inherited a great deal of stability, $220 million in a reserve, for over $40 million in the CA account, the consolidated account. He and his nephew, just the way his nephew ran IB Bank in the grounds, Jessica Beslow, it's the same way Joseph Boakai in 6 months have ran Liberia in the grounds, the economy of the country. Okay? So, they brought in the Equatorial Guinea Entity. They look at the documents, the position of the bank. They said, no, we can't buy. We decline the offer. So how does IB Bank sell herself? Henry Saamoi was the president when the bank went under. He's on record for giving his uncle loans, a labor loan, go to IB Bank. He's on record for that. So how does the whole thing get salvaged? So the plan here is that Henry Saamoi goes to Central Bank. While he's there, he can facilitate the sale of the bank. That is, he can liquidate IB Bank, get her in a better position, and then there will be an interested buyer. If Saamoi can get the bank to be financially stable, pump money into IB Bank from Central Bank, Liberian taxpayer money, is what Boakai and his nephew will be playing with to send to IB Bank to bring IB Bank all her customers, her depositors, $121 million. All right? IB Bank, no, Monique Boyu. IB Bank owe her depositors $121 million. And she only have on hand $20 million. Let's come to some of the real bread and butter issue. What caused IB Bank to issue a memo to her depositors and say, don't worry, your money is secure? What caused IB Bank to issue a memo? This is the memo from IB Bank. This is the memo. This is the memo from IB Bank. International Bank Liberia Limited. And it reads thus. It reads thus. Robert Weeks, welcome. Samson Kerry, welcome. Roland S. Weah. Kaba Rogers, welcome. Albert Gibson. In response to recent false allegations made against International Bank Liberia, we can assure our valued customers that IBLL remains in a very stable financial position. This is indicated by our most recent audited accounts, which are published publicly on our website. However, as always, the well-being of our customers remains our utmost priority. So if you do have any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to reach out or visit us at one of our branches. Your most reliable bank. Okay? That's the statement from RB Bank. A memo issued to allay the fears of her customers. But why did the bank issue the statement? Why did the bank issue such a statement? When we came out consistently telling the Liberian people that this bank is underwater, people began to go to the bank to ask for their money. People began to go to the bank to ask for their money. At least about 5 to 6 persons called me and told me, Mr. Gamer, thank you. Thank you, Papa. Somebody, the lowest of the 6 persons that called me, somebody had $1,200, $1,200 in the bank. One person had $1,200 in the bank. They went for their money and they said, I want all my money. And this guy was on the phone, on video. Say, I want all my money. I could hear them say, no, my man, we can't give you all the money, we'll give you half. He said, no, I don't want half. Then he put the phone to the ear, he want to talk. So say, who you talking to? He said, turn the video off. Turn the video call off. Who you talking to? Then they tell us, say, hold on, let me call my manager. So she called her manager. The manager came. I could hear them. My man, we can't give you all the money. We'll give you $600. The guy said no. Then they said, but who you talking to? So they said, cut the phone off. Cut the phone. I could hear them. Cut the phone off. Cut the phone off. We'll give you your money, but cut the phone off. So he put the phone in your pocket. He didn't cut it off. He put the phone in your pocket. And then they said, my man, but who you talking to? Why you come to the bank that you be on? Then you be on video call. Who you talking to? We'll give you your money. He said, y'all give me all my money. I will leave under $60 in the bank so that the account just remain open. $60. $60. And they managed to get him the money, $1,140, and he took the money. The other people, one of the ladies, she got a good account there. So they told her to go back Monday. She said, but you can just transfer it. They said, no, come back Monday. We'll see what we can do. All right? So, I'm not here to make up stories because it's not going to do me any good. If I lie to you, it's not going to do me any good. I do have a couple accounts in Liberia. I will not say the banks. I do have a couple accounts in Liberia, and the bank serving me well, but not with RB Bank. Okay, not with RB Bank. I don't have anything with RB Bank. Yeah, I don't have. So we are telling you, if you know anybody that has an account with IB Bank. My friend and brother from Virginia, at Jogba in the chat room, he said he got account with IB Bank. Jogba, if you are following, I want to prevail on you and everybody else who has account with IB Bank. Begin to withdraw your money. Begin to reposition your money. Before you say, oh, Mr. Gamer was talking there. We didn't listen. Begin to reposition your money. Get your money out of IB Bank. That bank is underwater. Simple mathematics. The bank owes depositors 120 million, 121 million. And the bank only has 21 million. Okay? Imagine that. You go borrow from somebody. You borrow $100. You say you're going to make business. You're making business, you're telling the money. You go load it. Only thing that leave in your hand, that $20. The whole business, everything worth only $20. $20. How will you pay back that loan when you only get $20? How? The amount of people that deposited money with IB Bank that got them to say, or depositors, customers and depositor money, 121 million. If you get 50% of them, or just 10%, 20% go to withdraw their money. The bank is in crisis. Yeah, Akwe Gabakoli, how you doing? Susan Pay, welcome. Patrick Kayasie, welcome. Okay. Thank you, Robert Weeks. Thank you. You said the system will be down in our bank these few days. That's another thing that we'll be telling people. The system down. Y'all come back 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock. We'll open until 6 o'clock today. Y'all come back, the system down. Y'all come back, the system down. They will keep that system down until they all run away. Okay? They will keep that system down until they all run away. Yeah. So, why do you think the bank will issue a memo? A memo. And you know what? The memo is not even signed. Nobody wants to take responsibility. So, nobody signed the memo. Let me show you the memo again. There is no signature on the memo. And the memo, the literature is so weak. It's so weak. Ebi, Connor, read it here. The memo is so weak. Okay? It's so weak. Look at it. Nobody signed a memo. Yeah, I believe they have public relation officer. I believe they do have public relation officer. But nobody wants to take responsibility of the failure of the bank. So the issue of this weak statement, this is the whole statement right here. They issue this weak statement, very weak statement, low energy statement in response to recent false allegations made against International Bank Liberia. We can assure our valued customers that IBLL remains in a very stable financial position. This is indicated by our most recent audited accounts, which are published publicly on our website. However, as always, the well-being of our customers remains our utmost priority. So if you do have any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to reach out or visit us at one of our branches. Yeah. Stephen Sla, welcome. Charlotte Horace, look at that kind of weak statement. It's not signed, it's not dated, nothing. Tomorrow they will say, oh, that statement didn't come from us. Yeah, that's what they're going to say. That statement, we don't know where it came from. It didn't come from us. Okay? Yeah. The bank is underwater. Reposition your money. Go for your money, eh? Don't say I not tell you, oh. Go for your money, eh? Confident D. Go for your money, eh? Emmanuel JJ. Don't say I not tell you, oh. When they take your money, don't come crying to me. All right? The Equatorial Guinea Company or bank will not buy the bank because the bank is underwater. All right? So we told you why Weah appointed his nephew to the central bank. With his nephew at the central bank, Joanna, Chocolate, how you doing there from Rhode Island, Pawtucket? Welcome. How you doing? Good to see you. All right. Weah appointed his nephew to do his dirty work. The bank will only sell. IB Bank will only sell when their position is liquidated. When they have money substantial enough that can cover depositors, savings, what have you, that's the only way. So Aloysius Tarlue could not put his neck on the line for that. Aloysius Tarlue could not put his neck on the line for IB Bank. The first $8 million that Weah took from IB Bank, from Central Bank to pay his loan, backfire, caused the World Bank, the International Monetary Fund, to have problem. Not just with the government, with the central bank as well. They put up a statement that the Liberian economy is in peril. They are about pulling out of the country. You know how President Weah and the financial team, the economic team, struggle to bring Liberia back on her footings. You know how to struggle. There were benchmarks laid out by the IMF, by the World Bank, that they had to follow through. One of which is the salary harmonization. Okay? That people must be paid for the work they do. They must be paid equally. If driver at the Ministry of Finance makes more than the driver at the Ministry of Public Works or at the Ministry of Post, why? They all serving the same people. Let them make the same money. Okay? The IMF, the World Bank made the government to institute the wage harmonization, salary harmonization. Okay? Yeah. So Tarlue will not budge to Joseph Weah because he understands the job. Two, he understands the act creating the central bank, his functions as the bank governor, his role as the bank governor. He understands that. So he's not going to allow Joseph Weah to run him around. Okay? He's not going to allow Weah to run him around. Let me read for you some of the responsibilities of the executive governor and deputy governors. All right? As stated in the act. The executive governor, but not limited to these, are just highlighting a few things for you. The executive governor shall have the power to designate any of his powers or functions to other members of the board of governors or senior staff. Deputy governor for operations shall, as designated by the board of governors during the absence or disability of the executive governor or during any vacancy in the office of the executive governor, exercise the powers and duties of that office, except as chairman of the board of governors. The executive governor or a deputy governor may resign his or her office by giving not less than 3 months notice in writing to the president. A non-executive governor may resign from his or her office by giving not less than 1 month notice in writing to the president. The executive governor, only upon a bill of impeachment by the House of Representatives upon any of the following reasons: gross breach of duty, misconduct in office, conviction of a felony, being declared bankrupt, disqualified, or suspended from practicing his profession in Liberia by order of a competent authority made in respect of him personally, and F is adjudged or otherwise declared to be a person or unsound mind or incapable of properly performing the functions of the duties owing to ill health. A removed party is entitled to due process in adherence with the Constitution and other relevant laws of Liberia. Okay, why did we go to this, to the act, and talk about the bank governor can resign and giving 3 months notice to the president? It's because our Digging Deeper department is reporting to you tonight that Joseph Weah has been behind Aloysius Tarlue to resign. Joseph Weah has been behind Aloysius Tarlue to resign as executive governor, and that he was going to pay him all his benefits and remaining portion of his salaries and what have you. But he refused on grounds that he did nothing wrong to resign. And he knew fully well that Weah could not fire him, suspend him, or do anything to him. Because the act is very clear that you can appoint him, but when he's confirmed by the Senate, only when these things are taken care of. All right? When he's in gross breach of duty, misconduct in office, conviction of a felony. So all of these things, to be convicted, you got to go to court, right? You must first be tried in court to be convicted. Donald Trump was tried in court and convicted of 34 felonies. How many crimes were levied against Aloysius Tarlue. Failure to execute fiduciary responsibility. That's what Joseph Weah said. So he instituted a witch hunt audit that did not find anything wrong with Aloysius Tarlue's execution of his duties and failed to add to the audit the reports from Milton Weeks era and Nat Patriots era when they were in offices. What they did, what they didn't do. Yeah, Monique Walker, MEM. Witherspoon was also convicted. Yeah. Okay. You got to be tried, convicted before you can be removed of a court by a court of competent jurisdiction. So he's been behind Aloysius to resign. Aloysius refused to resign. He told him, we'll pay you your benefits, but just resign. Aloysius refused to resign. So he instituted the witch hunt audit. The audit report should have gone directly to the PSC, to the Senate, not to the president. The Senate was supposed to recommend to the president. But none of those things happened. Yeah. Abraham Conner, Weah wanted to bamboozle Governor Tarlue into submission to do his dirty financial work, but he did not do that. Tarlue did not succumb. Yeah. Tarlue did not succumb. So Tarlue have taken a leap and appealed with the Supreme Court of Liberia to hear his case. Does he have a case to go to the Supreme Court? Does Tarlue have a case to go to the Supreme Court? Does JNB have the rights to suspend or dismiss a governor of the Central Bank? Not just Aloysius Tarlue, but a governor, based on what you now know. Within the act creating the Central Bank, does Joseph Weah or any president of Liberia have the right to suspend, to dismiss the governor or any governor of the board of governor of Central Bank without any of these things? Does he? Roland Weah, you might be right. He said, Mr. Gilmore, Weah has trashed the Senate and the Supreme Court. You may be right. Yeah. And Nephew Morris said, no, he has no rights. No. JNB, no. Anything, no. Okay. So they instituted the audit. The audit did not find Aloysius Tarlue culpable of any crimes, except that JNB suspended him and said failure to execute fiduciary responsibility. That's everyone you call will get the understanding of that. Failure to execute fiduciary responsibility. I don't know what that one's supposed to mean. Whether that's another form of crime or stealing, whatsoever that is. I don't know. Huh? Let me hasten to tell you this. We are digging deeper into a number of topics for you for this week. And maybe after the show, we'll get additional information on IB Bank and Henry Saamoi. You know, Saamoi Saamoi is no longer with IB Bank. We are digging deeper into how he separated from IB Bank. Henry Saamoi. We are digging into his relationship or separation from IB Bank. It set another story of Alexander Benedict Cummings Jr. and Coca-Cola, where Coca-Cola forced Alexander Cummings Jr. to resign because he ran the company in the grounds. He cost Coca-Cola over $1 billion in lawsuit settlement. Is that the same thing that is happening or that has happened to Henry Saamoi? That caused the separation between he and IB Bank, and today Joseph Boakai will take him to place him over Central Bank, to take the Liberian people money and give it to IB Bank, to liquidate IB Bank and bring them on par, to build them out. That's the war. Is that what Saamoi gonna do for JNB? Uncle-nephew relationship? Eh? So we are digging deeper into that. Another thing we are digging into, the number of days Saamoi have stayed at Central Bank as acting governor. What is the state of the Liberian Reserve and the consolidated account? All right. What is the state of the Liberian Reserve and the consolidated account under Henry Saamoi and Joseph Boakai? So we are digging deeper into those, and you will see what we bring to you throughout this week coming up. Okay? You're going to see it. Yeah. You're going to see what we're going to do. As we dig deeper, Elijah Tia said the team that digs deeper. Jide Hard Talk. Absolutely. No doubt about that. Yeah. And later, Doma, welcome to you. Good to see you. Crispin Down. He said, that's very good English there. No doubt. Okay? Sure. We will bring to you information relative to the state of the Liberian Reserve. How much is in there? How much, if Saamoi took anything, how much did he take? He and Joseph Boakai. We are digging deeper. We are not going to leave the story for no reasons. Okay? We're going to stay on it and keep you alert. Susan Pay said digging deeper. And later, Doma DDD, the greatest. Absolutely. Yeah. Hamilton Ma. Boakai sent his boy there in order to have his way, and that's what's happening. But we're gonna follow through, and we're gonna let you know in due time, in due course, what is at stake at the Central Bank of Liberia. All right, we're gonna be opening up the lines very soon for you to call. You know the numbers. You can call us here, and let's have your say. And if you do call, it's 1 minute. 1 minute per caller. All right, please. 1 minute per caller when you do call. Our panelists and analysts, some of them will be joining us here momentarily to get their to get their take on this fast developing story. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna post the number up for you, and you can join us here. You can join us here, and let's Let's have a great time here, okay? Call us here at 313-957-9702. WhatsApp and direct. Let's make it a day. Call us here 313-957-9702. WhatsApp and direct. And our panelists, if you're following, the link is in the chat room. If you want to come on and share with us your thoughts and analysis. And A.B. Conan, a fiduciary responsibility is an obligation that prevents one party from acting in their own interest rather than interest of the organization. No doubt. Augustus Williams from Philadelphia, welcome to you. Thomas Sorge, JNB is the new Ayatollah who is introducing a Middle East leadership to Liberia, and he will not listen to the Supreme Court of Liberia. He restricts the president from firing, but did not say anything about suspension. No doubt. Yeah. Arita Kwa, welcome to you there. Our lines are open. If you want to partake, our lines are open. Eric S. Gay from Monrovia, welcome to you. All right, we're going to recap as we are with our callers. Okay, we got our first caller. A.B. Connor is on the line. Brother Connor, welcome, A.B.
Yeah, my brother. Good afternoon. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. How you doing?
Pretty much, I'm good. I can see the Digging Deeper department is in overdrive here, Jai.
It's in overdrive.
and the department is very, very efficient.
No doubt.
I mean, words are just inadequate to express how much the department is working. But it's great. Liberians. You know, my brother, like I stated, I just trended, that's the responsibility of the fiduciary responsibility. So, in essence, what I deduce from this thing is that Weah is telling Governor Tarlue that Governor Tarlue is in the fact that he's not cooperating with him in his mind, in his Weah mind, that he is the organization in this case, who happen to be the government in the Republic of Liberia.
Right.
Apparently, he had asked the governor to do something, and rather the governor is taking his own personal interest in his mind,
right,
against the interest of government. Because if you insert the word fiduciary responsibility, meaning he's telling the governor that he have not lived up to his fiduciary responsibility, meaning to say he is like self-centered.
Right.
That he's doing something. He is the governor. He's doing something in his own interest more than the interest of the organization.
Yeah,
because
and the Liberian people.
That's a simple definition of fiduciary responsibility. In this case, that's the only way I can explain it.
Yeah.
Perhaps Weah has another interpretation of what he said, because if you insert the word fiduciary, you can define fiduciary and then come to whatever we're talking about.
Right.
But this is the case, my brother, and it's frightening for you to have a crippling dictatorship.
I'm telling you. Yeah.
Crippling in the eyes of the Liberia broad day. It's mind-boggling.
It is.
Because if you, like I stated, I think maybe if you're going to move forward an audit that in fact you don't have the right responsibility to implement the findings of that audit. The Central Bank regulation stipulates that such a findings, even if it come to the president's office, it should be directed. In fact, the audit bureau shouldn't have in fact directed such a finding to the president's office. it should be in the purview
Right.
of the legislative branch
Right.
to implement the findings of that thing, investigate, and the measures are stipulated,
Right.
impeachment and removal from office, if indeed there are any financial irregularities.
Right.
Or rather, you fast track that because you got a motive
You got a motive.
to remove Governor Tarlue at all costs. And I can say this, my brother, this is a new phenomenon. This is a new strategy that Bouaka have employed. Why? Because even the Senate, as confused as they are, as partisan as they are as they literally
They refuse to.
support
They refuse to
to pick up the
confirm.
confirmation
Yeah.
of any turning position.
Right.
So Bouaka look at it and say, but the only thing that I can do, the only weapon I can use it right now is
It's acting.
suspension.
Suspension and appoint acting heads.
Acting.
Yeah.
And then put it under the guise of investigation, and the investigation will never be
It will
conducted.
never be conducted.
Yes, in point.
Yeah.
The LTA, 4 months now, there is no investigation.
No.
He suspended those people, the commissioners for the
Right.
LTA, up to today's date. No investigation, no findings, and the suspension will go in perpetuity until those commissioners will voluntarily resign. Then, of course, he will have an opening and say, "Oh, but no, the commissioner has resigned, so I
Yeah.
can appoint people now to go for confirmation."
And that's just what he wanted Tarlue to do,
Yes.
to resign, and then
Yes.
say you were trying to appease him with his beneficiaries and all of that, as if to say
Right.
the man is a figureheaded man. He doesn't understand anything.
Yes.
But speak to RB Bank insolvency.
Indeed.
Yeah, and then
All of the findings you are giving, my brother, the calculations are just glaring.
very
And Liberian people need to be educated on this, because when the bank is insolvent, the first thing is that eventually they will have to file for bankruptcy.
yeah.
The next thing going to be happening, you cannot hold, because that's an institution. Individuals cannot hold Saamoi responsible for that money,
No,
but rather they will hold the
the whole
institution responsible.
institution. Yeah,
And in fact, because it's not a sole proprietorship to say, "Oh, I'm going after Michael Gamer directly,"
right.
they'll go after the institution.
Mhm.
And when the bank they file for bankruptcy, what's going to happen? They're going to liquidate the bank. Either they sell their assets or whatever it is. And in essence, when monies are given,
But the assets not even equal to
no,
the
I'm just saying,
depositors.
granted. But
Yeah.
here's the thing. Yeah, hear me out, my brother.
And give people a percentage.
Yeah, well, there you go. It will be in an order. It will be an order of depositors.
Yeah,
Account. You will get the highest there. They take priority. It comes down the chain.
yeah,
That's how it's going to work.
correct.
So that's the situation the bank got. Because the history of IB Bank, if you can recall, that was ITC Bank.
RTC, yeah,
It was heavily supported at the time ITC was controlling the maritime fundings of Liberia. Our shipping register at the time, they were controlling it. So that bank had always been financially viable. But that's no longer, I think what they call it, Lescana or something. They don't want to control the monies there for maritime. So whatever was there, Saamoi they had plunged it into complete financial catastrophic, and the uncle or whatever relationship he has with the president have moved it over,
correct,
so that they could use monies from the central bank to make that bank solvent,
to liquidate the bank.
to liquidate it so that they'll be in business.
Yeah,
Because he don't want it to appear like, oh, the bank want it closed down under my watch, or so and so forth. And then when they start to investigate, the investigation will point fingers straight and say, oh, but some of the money they give it to Waka or the United Party and so forth.
right.
That's the reason why he already moved that guy over there. I mean, and he's not even there is nothing like we're frightened about the issue about nepotism.
Nothing.
We're frightened about the issue about financial irresponsibilities on an individual that is currently running a bank that is going down. Nothing at all.
That's going down. But tomorrow, Ebi, let me bring Tamasa. Tomorrow we are digging deeper, and all of you following, we are digging deeper into the Saamoi and IB Bank separation. All right. Mind you, you remember we brought a story about Mr. Cummings, Alexander Benedict Cummings Jr., that he did not retire honorably from Coca-Cola. That was his
Okay.
that was his arsenal in his a major weapon in his arsenal, that he did well at Coca-Cola, Fortune 500 company, and blah blah blah. But they could not produce anything tangible that he retired from Coca-Cola. We found out that he put Coca-Cola, he plunged Coca-Cola in over a $1 billion lawsuit settlement. Here is Saamoi that have been separated from IB Bank. IB Bank is underwater. For IB Bank owes $121 million to depositors, and they have only $20 million in their hand.
Yep.
What caused the separation? Was he forced to resign? What caused the separation? All right. So Abi, let's take Tamasa,
Yes, sure.
and then we'll take other callers.
Go ahead.
Callers, please mute your line. Please mute your line if you're not speaking to me now. Please mute your line. Delano Tamasa.
Yeah, the wise man.
Welcome, Vice Chair.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thanks to let me say hi to AB and the rest of our people that are following us.
Right.
Yeah, I just been following. But Mr. Gilman, look, you see, it is a dangerous thing to use to undermine the law and to disrespect the law and to use precedents as a means to run a country. It is very dangerous.
Right.
We have our laws on the books. We have everything that should be as a guide in running even the central bank and even the president rule and the rule of the legislature. They are all spelled out. And but for a politician, an old man, 80-year-old man, to look at the law, these laws, put it aside and try to use precedent that there's no law to regulate and to govern, the particular central bank and all other activities. I think that makes it so dangerous. That tells us that there are a lot of things at stake, that Liberians as a whole, there is not a private entity. The president was giving his mandate to run on the basis of the Liberian people.
Right.
So anything that will undermine that particular laws, there should be a thorough a state resistance into these kind of processes. That's why we are calling the legislature, especially the House of Senate. We refer to them always as a house of elders. We cannot run the country on the basis of these things. It is a terrible thing. It's a terrible precedent. We shouldn't, agree to such a thing.
Right.
And what AB was saying, how can a civilized country, a president that is there that said he wants to fight corruption and other things, you are already getting a signal that this guy ran a financial institution. Today, the financial institution is going downhill. What more, what strength, what ideas this guy will bring to run a central bank that will transform the central bank, that will bring our country into a financial position that will stabilize the economy of our country. What? If the man cannot run a simple institution, a single institution, how can this man take the burden of 5 million people at the Central Bank of Liberia? So it tells that the president has a healing agenda.
He does.
It tells us that yes, that he had been accused that $8 million were used for his campaign finances.
And that was making him mad.
That's what making him mad. Yeah. How can you suspend, a governor? How will you suspend this governor?
When the law does not require that.
Does not require that.
Yeah.
If there's anything that man should be removed for any behavior counterproductive, we'll have the House of Senate.
Right.
Yeah. So it's a terrible thing for our country. And it is good that we continue to talk about this.
Right.
It is good that this information is coming up. You broke these stories before even said the implementation of these things that we're talking about.
We
Can you
did.
imagine that?
Yeah.
You broke the story almost 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
People are just taking say you just saying things randomly. But as you gave play-by-play description as to what may have happened,
Yeah.
You saw it in the political realm and you bring it to reality.
Right.
So they're not manifesting. Can you imagine that?
Manifesting.
That's why I say there's the wise man. You understand? So we don't continue it. We hope, tomorrow we'll continue the conversation.
Right.
But it is good that, we continue to talk about this. Thank you so much, the wise man.
Thank you very
I'm
much.
on standby. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Folks,
Okay.
let me hasten to tell you, if those of you follow on Facebook and YouTube, if the show freezes here and we try to reboot to come back, don't go nowhere. We're gonna be right back with you. All right. So if the shows go off on your side there, don't go away. We're gonna be right back in a couple of minutes or less than a minute. Okay. Let's go to the line here and welcome Wilton Ketter. Ketter, welcome.
Thank you, brother Gilman.
Thanks for staying on the line too.
The digging deeper, is in action,
no doubt.
And we appreciate the information. We have been anticipating this. We share the video, and we know the information you put out there is factual.
Hold on,
nobody can dispute it.
What I just said just happened. Just hold on 1 second. Yeah. Oh boy. Jidah Talk FM 107. We apologize for that break in our broadcast there. And of course, we are joined by your own Gay Man is on the platform with us, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Gay Man, how you doing?
I'm doing very well, and you?
Good. Great to see you on here.
Thank you.
You came on at the time we started to take calls. So let's go to the phone lines here, then we're going to come to you momentarily.
Okay.
All right. Wilton Ketter, let's hear you. Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah. So, Mr. Gilman, the topic is very interesting and it's very informative. Unfortunately, the type of people we got now that, absorb this information, there are people that are full of lies. They distort the truth. They try to put everything that's supposed to being the interest of Liberian people, it was spin it. But when President Weah was in office, these things were flying all around America, all on different platforms. When some kind of leaked document come out, they were amplifying it and making it look so ugly. Today, we see all kinds of creeping danger in our society, and it's like it's normal.
Right.
It's normal. The location, even the House, our legislature are not even speaking to those things.
No.
And people within the opposition, I'm talking about CDC representatives and senators, they are not even forceful in bringing those things out to Liberian people.
No.
So they are enabling Mr. Bwaka. Mr. Bwaka feel that, look, I have the right now, because even the people that are in the Senate cannot even question me. When Supreme Court, when Supreme Court make the decision, I override Supreme Court decision and move people from tenure position.
Yeah.
Yes. And do what I have to do. The legislator don't even call me. They don't even call my executive. They don't call me to order and all that. So I have the right to do what I would do. You understand?
Right.
And this is a bad precedent that our country, the government is setting. Because, like the IG said, there will be nationwide protests. And I'm understanding it will be a sustained protest. It will be not 1 day, not 2 days, not 3 days.
Right.
What happened to our poor country? What happened to our poor people? The people that cannot afford. What happened to people who have invested and thinking Liberia will transform into Liberia changing, building their homes? What if Liberia turned to be like Nigeria, where people looting people's property? What's going to happen? This 80-year-old man, his life is not that long enough. Didn't give a hang of what will happen after, because he will not be here too long. Look at the young people. What happened to us? What happened to our children? They should start talking, Mr. Gilman.
Right.
You guys who have connection to these people, start talking to them. Let them wake this old man up. I don't know what makes him so brave and the people around him so brave to do the things they are doing.
Absolutely.
And nobody can speak about it.
No.
It's sad in my heart. It's sad in my heart. And I appreciate what you are doing to unearth some of the things that are unfolding in this government. Thank you so much, Mr. Gilman. I'm following.
Thank you very much. Let's go to Miss Campbell, Josephine Campbell from Des Moines, Iowa.
Yes, sir, boss.
Welcome. How you doing?
I'm doing great. The news, I'm doing great. I just want to say thank you for your digging, and dig. So we'll reach to the end.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You know, it just starting with Bwaka. Anybody that wastes blood to get in power, you can't enjoy that power. Innocent children die.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody here for him because it's in his favor.
Right.
You will pay back. He will pay for all the blood that wasted in Liberia. Let me not say President Bwaka will pay back. I just want to say thank you. And my birthday is coming on the 5th, people. Guys, have a blessed and
Thank you very much, and happy pre-birthday to you.
Thank you.
And Apostle Sio, welcome there. How you doing?
Yeah, Mr. Gamer, you can hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay. Jerome Gamer, how you doing, my brother, my papi? Abu Conan, Chief Delano Tamasa, and all our audience, your hello.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Apostle, hold on. Let's take 1 or 2 calls here, and then we're gonna come to you guys on set. Amos Morris, welcome. Amos Morris.
Yeah, Mr. Gilman, good evening. How you doing, sir?
Great, welcome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for everything you continue to do for our country.
Right.
Mr. Gilman, we are at a crossroads.
I don't know. I said we are at a cliff.
Yeah.
About to
I
fall
don't know.
anytime.
Right. I don't know how we got here, but I think we got here by mistake. Like former President Weah said that we made a big mistake and we need to fix it.
Yeah.
Where we are in fixing this, we're between a rock and a scissor. Because what I saw on Facebook tonight, it fit my imagination.
Mm-hmm.
For the U.S. Embassy giving credence to an Auditor General for what he's doing, telling him thank you. It tells me that the destabilization or the recolonization of Africa is what these people are fighting for. And I feel now that these people see the former president we are, like Abraham Traore of Burkina Faso. I think that's how they're looking at President we are to be.
Right.
That he's not in their interest. We want to make sure the people live good life. So they will do everything to deny him. And they did it. So see what happening in our country at this time. And these people coming out to congratulate our Auditor General, who is cherry picking audit report. In fact, they put down their website, and at the end of the day, they say they're updating website only to come up with false. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't get over it, Mr. Gilman.
I know.
It's so happening and disheartening.
It is.
So what is about to happen in the country, according to all the people that are speaking from Liberia? We just saying our own over here. Liberia is the action spot. What's going to happen? What will not happen? Because everybody coming with their own mindset. You got the EPS on the other hand. They are disenchanted. You got the AFL, some AFL member coming up to say their own thing. And they, it's just crazy right now. We don't even know where to start and where to end.
No.
And we pray that everything will go peaceful. Like look at Nigeria. Like the brother said. See that old man putting fun out of the people. Tunubu. The voice can come already. He too using battery. I don't know. Yeah. It's so crazy, Mr. Gilman, but thank you for everything. Let other
Thank
people
you.
talk.
Thank you very much, Amos Morris. Thank you. Let's go to Mr. Gayman. Jerome Gayman.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the platform and the information. It is, I don't want, people keep using the word that Liberia is at a crossroad. No.
Liberia is at a cliff.
We have crossed that road long time ago.
We're about to fall off.
Yes. You see, they bring you up to a cliff, okay?
Yeah.
And you had no choice but to fall off. Then they would tell the word that you jump.
You jump, yeah.
They're not telling the word that they brought you out there and they push you.
Yeah.
Or that they were about to push you and you jump and they say, you see, he jumped. Look, I was listening to John Molu when he said he admitted that the administration is cherry picking. He said in January, Josiah, did he say January or July? When Grace Bay transferred the money. In January, in the midst of everything, he authorized the transfer of $73 million US to the NSA.
73
million. That's I was 73, huh? Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Mr. Gayman, yes. 1 second. The total is 73, but it was 35 million. 35 million.
Yes, but they took them in section, in bit and pieces, but total that was taken for that.
Yeah, that was 73. Yes, you're correct. But for the NSA, that was 35. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But in total was $73 million that Grace Bay, one man. So the question is, who was he taking the authority? Who gave him the authority?
Wow.
And then he's saying that John Molu said that is the reason why they aborted the NSA audit.
The NSA audit.
Yes. He said that's why they aborted the NSA audit, because when Joseph Walker came, he said nobody was off nobody was exempted from audit.
Yeah.
And he said, but the Unity Party people were running all around because they thought that the NSA was coming after PSC and Weah. So it looks like PSC and Weah administration did better.
Absolutely.
So when they saw what Grisby did, Grisby went and aborted the audit of the NSA, because NSA is basically, it's like a clearinghouse where Grisby sends the money.
Yeah.
And then they go there and take it because they know that the NSA will not be audited.
Wow.
These are breaking news.
Wow.
Yes, he just said it.
Wow. You take it, you pay.
Yeah.
that song Kalasco was dancing. You saw that video with Kalasco?
No.
Mweke Divre.
Yeah.
That is song name Mweke Divre. I will find out. I think I will play it today as a easy listening to end the show tonight.
Wow.
Yeah.
But
did you follow the conversation we had about the bank, Abbey Bank, and Waka taking Aloysius out and naming his nephew, biological nephew?
Yes. Because we know, you remember Joseph Weah indicted Abbey Bank years ago.
Yeah.
He said,
I live on loan.
Go to Abbey Bank.
Go to Abbey Bank.
I told him more than 5 times.
Yeah.
And then we just found out that when he was taking the loan, the guy who was the president of Abbey Bank was Saamoi.
Saamoi, his nephew, biological nephew.
That's right. Now that the nephew, now he bringing to Central Bank. And then he went and reconstituted the economic committee.
Yeah.
And then he made himself the president of that. And everybody else falls underneath him, including the bank, the Central Bank governor.
Correct. So we are digging deeper into Samoi's number of days at the Central Bank. Mm-hmm. What has he done so far? Also, we are digging into the reserve. You will recall, President, we are left over 222 million in the reserve.
That's correct.
Over 40 million in a consolidated account.
That's correct.
So we are digging deeper into that. And then we are also digging into Samoi's separation from IB Bank. Mm-hmm. Or after he ran the bank in the ground. Is it similar to Alexander Benedict Cummings' departure from Coca-Cola?
That's correct.
Where he was forced to resign because he cost Coca-Cola over $1 billion in lawsuit settlements? Is that the same thing? Let's find out in our subsequent broadcast. Apostle Sio, welcome. Let's get your takeaways.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Gilmore. Thank you for this show, the special show tonight.
Yeah.
Everything that you ponder on tonight, correct, and I'm so happy that we are able to put this on record. You put this on record for our listening audience and for the Liberian people. I just want to say one or two things. It is unfortunate to see President Weah. I will say that he has become the nepotism King Kong. I know we call what is name Ellis Tarlue some kind of speaker King Kong before.
Right.
But I can say that the old man Weah has become nepotistical King Kong, or somebody who is practicing nepotism to the highest. The government has become local government. You understand? The whole government has become local government. The CBL governor is a nephew to President Weah, to Joseph Weah. Yeah. And many other positions in the government that this week when we come on, I'm going to mention them name by name, where most of them are occupied by Lofians. Now, don't get me wrong. I love the Lofians. They are my brethren, so nobody should take me out of context. But you remember they were accusing President Weah. Why is it that this person is from Grand Cru? Why is it that one is from Grand Guinea?
Southeastern government.
But for Joseph Weah, you see that everybody, almost at least 60% of his appointees are from Lofa, and I think we should speak against that. and that is we are not attacking, personally the Lufian citizen, no, but we are trying to say that what the woman is doing is wrong, and it should be reconsidered. And I don't think that does not bring any reconciliation. And I want to call upon Zopenu, who was on the radio the last time, misleading the Liberian public and telling the Liberian people that Baka has done something good for the dusty road that he has done in the southeast and what have you. But I want him to see this video to his own shame that Baka is not in the interest of the people of the southeast. You can see that rawly and willingly and intentionally he has taken out Aloysius Tarlue, the CBL governor. Of course, Baka does not have any authority to do that. The act, the constitution has stated that clearly, and he has done it. And according to him, he suspended Tarlue. And we know when Baka said, "I suspend you," he did the same thing to the workers from LTA and other tenant positions. It means that he has removed you. And I'm happy that Tarlue has gone to the court, and I pray that the Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia will intervene and give their ruling on this case, so that Tarlue should go back. Tarlue should be reinstated. Look, we don't want to sit down in this country and allow Joseph Waka to abuse our laws. The rule of law shouldn't be abused by Joseph Waka. No way. And lastly, Mr. Gaiman, because you have many people on the line, I'm not going to keep you long. I want to speak to Gregory Coleman. Gregory Coleman, we know that everybody knows that you are Baka Police Inspector General. We know that. But I just want to remind you that every Liberian has, that constitutional right to assemble, that is to protest, constructively against their government. We put Joseph Waka there, even though I did not vote for him, I will not vote for him tomorrow. But we as Liberians, we put him there. So we can come out in our assemblies, that is our political dispensation, and go on the street and tell Joseph Waka, listen, the tenant position, you abuse it, the CBL governor, you abuse it, you are practicing nepotism, and you are bringing the country in chaos, and we want you to stop. We want you to audit Grisby, audit Miata Formula, the DAAB Chroma and Fadika. We want to know what is about the investigation concerning them. Don't put it under the carpet. So don't stop people from protesting, Gregory Coleman, because I heard you saying today that you're going to get police, you're going to limit people, and where to protest and where not to protest. June 7th, where were you when the people are all over the place? We will protest and we will go where we want to go. If you like, put your military out. If you want Liberia to be bloody, go and do it. And this is not GHT. I am saying this. You cannot stop or you cannot limit the protesters. We are free. We got freedom of movement. It is in our constitution. And you can't intimidate any Liberian to go out there to exercise their constitutional right. Mr. Gaiman,
thank you very much. Apostle Seal, thank you very much. Mr. Gaiman, thank you. Delano Tamasa, A.B. Kone, and our callers into the show here tonight. Thank you. Let's recap for those of you that just joined us here, and then we're going to call it a day. This has been a special edition of our program here, Liberia First on GHT Talk. We don't normally come on Sundays and Saturdays, but if it means that we do to inform the Liberian people about what is happening around them, what is happening to their bread and butter issues, we will definitely come on. Okay, so we told you here that RB Bank is underwater. If you have money in RB Bank, we are telling you to go and get it. Go and get it. RB Bank, they were under duress to pay somebody $1,200. Their total account was $1,200. And if guy went there and he's talking to me on the phone, on video call, I'm listening to the conversation, and they're telling him, we can get you half. He said, no, I want all my money. And she said, let me call my manager. They called the manager, but who you talking to on the phone? He said, I'm talking to somebody. He said, no, get off the phone. So he put the phone in his pocket, and I'm listening to the conversation. And he said, my total money is $1,200 in the bank here. I want to leave only $60 there. The manager tried to persuade him to take $600 and come back. He said no. He want his money. And when they realized he was on the phone, they gave him $1,140. He took that money. Other people that went for excess amount of money, like almost $20,000 or so, they told them to go back on Monday. All right? They managed to give people some of their money. I'm telling you, unless Saamoi liquidates the bank by tomorrow morning, if 50% of bankers, or let's say customers of IB Bank goes there tomorrow to get their money, they can't get their money. They will either tell their system is down or come back tomorrow, or we'll give you some. We can't give you all. The bank is underwater. There was a company that wanted to buy the bank from Equatorial Guinea. That company declined to sell the bank, to buy the bank, because the bank owed creditors and depositors. The bank owed depositors $121 million. The bank only has $20 million. Imagine that. The bank owe government taxes and all of that. The total liabilities the bank owe is $157 million. That's why the bank owe. The bank has $20 million in assets, equity. When you combine what they owe and what they have, $177 million. That's not a bank that is on strong footing. All right. We will bring you tomorrow stories we are working on. We are digging deeper for you. How did Saamoi separate from IB Bank? Was he forced to resign because he ran the bank in the ground? All right. Was he forced to resign? And Weah now appoints him to Central Bank acting. Is he going to do the same thing to Central Bank? Is he going to take the Liberian tax dollars and give it to IB Bank so that the bank gets on her feet again? Who's going to buy IB Bank in the current state? Don't take my word for it. Go to IB Bank tomorrow, Monday, and throughout this week and ask for your money and see whether you're going to get all of your money. Until then, I have been your host and announcer. Thanks to all of you that joined us here. We're going to be back here tomorrow with another edition. This song brought to us by my friend and brother there. I call him Chief Sekou Kalasco Demaro. Makeke dire mama. Makeke dire mama. Kalasco, if you are listening, this is for you. Abraham Corner, Experience 7. That's the group.
1989,
Alors,
Monique Walker. That just one lady of myself. You take it, you pay. Yes, I can't wear. The lady from Atlanta. Josephus Mane. Rosetta Cole. Well, folks, that's also for us here tonight. Musi Wabi, Copper, Muffler Sese, Dubon Hill. Queenie, Julie Kwa, Berlina Warrants, I've been your host and announcer, Wild Michael Gilman, bidding you a pleasant good night rest. Join us bright and early Monday, August 9th, for a brand new edition. Joyce Wim, Comfort Wilson, Susan Pay, Victoria Pine, No Monique Boyu, Orita Kwa, Aaron Taylor Fuller. I'm watching you, watching me. You take it, you pay. Join us on the FM dial, where the entertainment never stops. Do take care, I'll catch you again. Gatti passed away. She's dancing. Sullivan Weeks. Charlene Pratt. Be thankful, Addison.